powdery mildew. Every single year where I've planted something, I've gotten at least a little bit of it on my cucumbers and melons usually, and last year I also got some on my tomatoes and grapes. The key that you need to remember is that early detection is the most important. Check your leaves often on your plants, check them top and bottom. And what you're looking for is moldy looking spots. So you see it here on the top, but you also want to just flip things over and look, there's some more of it on the bottom. So sometimes it will only occur on the bottom. So just make sure you're looking at your plants. When you see something like this, you have to determine, is this worth trying to save it with some kind of spray, or is it too infected? This leaf right here for me would be kind of on the edge because it already has some leaf miner and it's kind of down here at the bottom, and it's getting all this and it's covering a lot of it. So I might remove this leaf completely, and then some other leaves that aren't as badly infected, I would just spray. If you're more into buying things, then you can try the Dr. Earth Final Stop fungicide, which I've used with some success. One of the things that treats powdery mildew is sulfur, and that's what you'll find as the active ingredient in a lot of the sprays that you buy in the store. Garlic naturally has a lot of sulfur in it, so if you put a few cloves of garlic into a quart of water and blend it in your blender, you can spray that onto your leaves and give that a try. That's kind of an interesting thing. I've never done it myself. What has worked for me is a homemade spray out of baking soda, the Dr. Bronner's Castile soap. If you haven't heard of this, it's actually a really handy product. You can use it in a lot of at-home recipes for different things, cleaning and even bathing yourself. So give it a shot if you haven't already. And I just had a little bit of neem oil in that mixture along with the water. So about a teaspoon of each of those, and put that in a quart of water, shake it up really well, and spray that on your leaves. You may have noticed we're not in my garden. This is actually my producer Rose's garden, and I'm looking forward to being able to show you more of it soon. But for now, we'll just talk about one of these issues she's having here. So you can see where she's removed the leaves, and she already treated, but this powdery mildew has come back onto this plant. So you do need to keep checking. Let's go ahead and get these nice and soaked with this soapy mixture. And I'm spraying the whole thing because it's not in this area of this leaf right now, but it could be tomorrow if I don't treat it properly. So really, really make sure you get all over. Okay, I think we got him. For good measure. There's usually a higher concentration of affected leaves towards the bottom, so definitely check that first and then kind of travel up. And like I said, you can always spray ones that don't look infected yet but are near infected ones, because chances are the spores have already traveled there. This is Rose's favorite plant at the moment. This is a pumpkin. She just loves the massive leaves, and she was so sad when she saw some powdery mildew starting to develop on these leaves, and she treated it, at least the bottom leaves, with this mixture. So you can see on this leaf especially the spots where she had treated it. So I'm just gonna have a look and just check that these have remained healthy after the treatment. They're looking pretty good. I'm just gonna give it a little spray again. This one is kind of a goner. This one, I'm definitely seeing some new spots. This was not treated before because it wasn't one of the infected ones. Now it's getting spots. So let me take care of that for her. Let's save this beautiful plant, her favorite plant. Does it deserve to die? It's done so well. There are pump sprayers that you can get as well if you have a hard time with this and you have a lot of plants to spray, or you can just get tough. All right, there you have it. That's the best way that I know how to deal with powdery mildew. First of all, check your plants all the time. Make sure you're checking the tops and the bottom of the leaves, especially if you know that your plant is susceptible to powdery mildew. And when you see it, deal with it right away. Remove any leaves that seem to be affected too badly past the point of return, and then mix up some of this solution right away. That was 1 teaspoon of Dr. Bronner's Castile soap, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, And then just a little bit of neem oil if you have it, not necessary. Mix that into a quart of water, give it a light shake, and spray it on the tops and the bottoms of all the leaves that are affected and any leaves nearby. If you found this helpful, go ahead and like and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Get her, Rooney, get her.